Hello and welcome to the United Stand. Apologies for those who was with us before, a few problems, but to be honest, we've had a few problems tonight anyway, because why, I do not know, why the team news sort of caught us on the hop. It's never that early, but it was that early tonight, so we were caught out there. But team news, which I will type out for you below in a moment, is De Gea in goal, Ashley Young as captain. We're playing a back five, or a 3-5-2, however you want to say it. We saw it in the summer, so very excited to see that. Ashley on the right tonight, swapping sides a lot, but you know, he can do that. We'll see the natural cross, hopefully. Blind at the left wing back position. Lindelof, Smalling and Bay is a back three. That's the one, that's probably the back three that we sort of thought we'd see. Matic and Herrera as a midfield two. Mkhitaryan, Martial and Lukaku up front. You know, barring Pogba, that is probably the team that I envisage this summer. So, yeah, really looking forward to it. We're live. This chat does get busy. UEFA released all the team sheets early, and who knows why, says Chad Spruill. We're playing a 3-5-2, we are, and let's go. United should win tonight, says Oro Bell, which I think hopefully they will. Hopefully they will do. Don't forget to drop us a like on the video. We like to get 1,000 likes before the game starts, because it's superstition, and we've got a shorter period of time to do that tonight. Sergit Jan says this is our best lineup yet. I think on paper it potentially is, and whilst talking about paper, what I should do is get it typed out for you, so it's there for you to see. Great team, says Melik. I'll tell you what, I'm very happy with it as well. I ain't gonna lie. I think it's a cracking team, and it serves a lot of good purposes. Ashley Young is the captain tonight, but people say about Lindelof, oh, you know, Mourinho doesn't trust him and everything like that. This is an away game in the Champions League. I think he does trust him. I just think he's given him time to get used to the Premier League, because this isn't like a League Cup game. This is the Champions League away from home against CSKA Moscow. It's potentially a difficult game, and he's trusting him. So very happy to see Lukaku starting as well. You do get worried with Mourinho when he doesn't pick him, and maybe we were a little bit wrong to be that worried. But Twan Seaby's on the bench tonight. He is, yeah. I've forgotten who's on. I need to write the subs out for you, but let me get that team up and running for you anyway. Why isn't De Gea captain? Says Mr. JN. Oh, it's too long for me to read that. I don't know, because Ashley Young is. Probably going for that little bit more of experience, I suppose. Remember, oh, it's Darmian Mata McTominay. Okay. Darmian's on the bench. McTominay, Mata, Lingard, Rashford. It's not a particularly strong bench, but it's up for you now anyway. But the team news is up for you. We're live after all those troubles. And really happy that the team, says Ian, only thing I would change is put Shaw in the bench to get minutes and match fitness into him. I can't see why he didn't do that. I don't know, mate. I don't know. I think Luke Shaw. I had a few. I was looking on Twitter today, and Luke Shaw gets a lot of stick from United fans. I don't get it. I think Luke Shaw is a very, very good left back, and the only problem he's got is injury. And yet he gets a lot of stick from United fans, who more than happy to jump on Fellaini's bandwagon, aren't you? When Fellaini's actually let us down numerous times. Luke Shaw's never done anything wrong, apart from have a bad, nasty injury, and he's struggling to get back from it. I stand by it. I think Luke Shaw, on his day, when he's fit, is the best left back in England, and I'd say it with a total straight face. Hi Mark, I'm back again, says BB Plays. Twan Zeeby's on the bench, and I'm happy, says Arctic. United need Fellaini today against them Russians. No, get lost. No, we don't need Fellaini. If you think we miss Fellaini, then you really don't understand where Manchester United need to go. Oh, I've had a filling today as well. It's making it very difficult for me to talk. Hello Mark, just come back from a meeting, says M Ladin. And Luke Shaw needs to get fit and get his drive back, says Big Homie Gamer. Bayern versus PSG, maybe a bigger game and potentially more entertaining, but United first every day, says it's Ollie. Yeah, I would have watched Bayern versus PSG, but Manchester United are playing, so you can't not watch that. I'm not in a great place tonight, to be honest. My tooth hurts and I feel rubbish, but we'll crack on. My opinion on the formation, says Jed TV. My opinion on the formation is that I really like it. I've been wanting to see this 3-5-2 for a long time. I think the ability to get two players up front really should suit Martial. Be interesting to see how they work together. Much happier to see Martial starting over Rashford, because we've seen a lot of Rashford this season. And I think the two players I really want to see play well are Herrera and Martial, because I think I'm fed up with this. I'm fed up for this sort of Fellaini obsession. I want Herrera to play with Matic. Herrera's a better footballer, and Manchester United should be about playing better football. But Herrera's got to put his A game out tonight, and this isn't like playing Burton last week. This is Champions League, best tournament in the world, away from home, in Moscow. People like Lindelof, Martial, Herrera, if they have good games tonight, people can't hide behind the fact and say, oh, let's get Fellaini and Rashford back in because they've only done it against Burton. This is top level football tonight, and I really want them to have a good game. The game hasn't started. It's not for another half an hour yet. Please show your support by liking and sharing the video to all your friends, says Red in the Bed. That's nice of him. We're very close to 138,000 subscribers tonight, actually, which would be nice to hit. So if you've not subscribed, click that subscribe button below. They're doing a feature on Mkhitaryan on BT Sports at the moment, and I think that is very pertinent. He needs to have a good game today. Lot of, not criticism, but he needs to improve. He's got lots of stats and assists this season, but he does need to improve, and I think we all know that. So I'm hoping that we'll see a better Mkhitaryan tonight. Doing it from the start. That's what I want to see him do. Also, we are sponsored tonight by Super Brew. I say sponsored. Super Brew is our predictor league that we are doing through Super Brew. It's free to download. The link is in the video description. And if you love a little bit of predictor league, we're going to bring it in for the Champions League from the next round after the international break. But we're currently doing it for the Premier League. We've got a United Stand League. There is over 2,000 people in it. And it's always interesting to see where I am. I was actually in second place. I've dropped off a little bit. But all you need to do is predict your scores. It's free to enter. The link in the video description will automatically, once you've signed up, put you into the United Stand Predictor League, which I'll show you the leaderboard in a minute. All you got to do then is every Friday or whatever, pick your team, your scores. If you pick 6 correct scores out of 10, you'll get a team jersey. 7, £1,000. 8 scores, £2,500. 9 scores, £5,000. 10 scores, £20,000. And it doesn't matter when you enter, because they do those prizes every week. And also they do an accumulative score. So when you look at the leaderboard for the United Stand League, which we do every week, let's have a look. 2,100 in it, and currently at the top of the league it's still Daniel Z99, so well done to him. Martial's Grim Reaper is in second. Man of the week was Manchester 311. He got the yellow cap because he got the most points in the week, and you get a yellow cap for that. And down in 30th place, Goldbridge, that's me. But I'm not that far off the top. So link in the video description. Get yourself involved with the Super Brew Predictor League. A lot of fun. Free to enter. There's no sign up fee or anything like that. It's totally free. And it's a good bit of banter in the United Stand community. Tacky says it's all about money, Mark. There's no money involved in Super Brew, mate. It's free to sign up. If you don't, in fact, see you later. We're not having any of that. It's free to sign up, and it's a United Stand League, so it's another community thing. It's a bit like the live comments. It's free. It's a community thing for you all to have a little bit of banter during the season. I'm not getting the yellow pen out. No, I'm not in the mood for the yellow pen. Sorry. Robin says I need to up my game if I want to finish first. I don't. It's a long season. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And I'm excited for the Champions League, says Kwame. My first this season, as I missed the last match, says Kwame. Prediction for tonight: I think United will win tonight. I think United are going to win 3-1. I think that team is very offensive, and I like what Mourinho's done effectively. We could look at it and go, let's win our home games in the Champions League, and then the away games, let's get a draw. I think what Mourinho's seen tonight is if we get a win tonight, we more or less take control of that group. If we can get 12 points in the first 4 games, those last 2 games, we can rest people. And I think that's what Mourinho's already spotted with this season, is that the squad may not be as big as he'd like it to be. So there's no messing around taking draws and things like that. Let's go and get the wins, and then it means we can rest people a bit later on. And it's a good chance to use the squad, as Dave B said. I think there's a Chelsea fan in here because he's just said Moses starts over Zabacosta for Chelsea, like anyone cares. Maybe he was singing the team news going down is along the bottom. Yep, team news is going along the bottom of the screen for those who want it. I'm not good, Chad. I am not going to admit that Fellaini would do well in this game. All right, Chad. You've got this team playing with Mkhitaryan, Herrera, Martial, Lukaku, Matic, all good footballers. You're going to sacrifice one of those for Fellaini because he's big. Get out and walk. I mean, this is the problem. Who do you support? Who do you support? And what do you know about your club that you want to take a footballer out of the team to play Fellaini? Fellaini should be on the bench. I've got no problems with him. But don't tell me that Fellaini will be perfect tonight and we'll miss him. No way. We ain't going to miss Fellaini tonight. It's 7:45 kickoff. That's right. Aris HD XHD. I apologise for my words tonight. They might be a bit slurred and I'm struggling a bit because I've had a big filling and it's like a little bit of anaesthetic rollover, and also my mouth doesn't feel right. My tongue keeps connecting with it. Lockrill says he's at work in the US, can't watch the game, but listening to you will do until I get home. Thanks, Lockrill. That's the joy of the watch-along, really. Watch the game by all means, but if you can't, we'll keep you updated. Kayam says, Chad, take the L. I'm sure he'll be back. Fellaini would be good on the bench tonight, Robin. Yes, he would. This is our best team at the moment, bar Valencia. What do you think, says JME. I agree. I think this is our best team at the moment, and it's our best formation. Valencia would obviously come in, and I think Phil Jones would come in. Unique Jones actually says it's all about opinion. Of course it is. Of course it's all about opinion. We had Fellaini on the weekend, and look what happened there. So Skype is a problem. Yeah, we lost the midfield. Herrera's got it, in all fairness though to Fellaini, I think if Fellaini was fit he would be playing on Saturday against Crystal Palace no matter what Herrera does tonight. So if I was Ander Herrera, I would be like, right, tonight this is a Champions League game, I've got to bring game A. On Saturday, same again against Crystal Palace, play absolutely out of your skin, and then that position is yours, and that's what he's got to do. Nice stadium that they've got over in Russia, says Peter Doyle. Well, they are building towards the World Cup, aren't they, next year? So they do have good stadia, lots of money as well in the what am I trying to say? In the Russian country in general. What was I going to say? Yeah, it is interesting. Very interesting. Anyway. I need to do something about this tooth. It's fucking killing me. Can't. I know what they've done. They've not put it in too far. Anyway, building towards the 2018 World Cup, perhaps, says Red in a Bed. No Pogba, no game, says Idris. I think we'll be fine. Michael Van Gerwen says, Mark, I thought Ashley Young was an oxygen thief. Well, I wasn't the only one who said that, so I'm not going to take an L on it. He's been fantastic these last few games. Sujal says, took the afternoon off to watch the game. So excited to see Martial, says Dylan. Mark, you haven't put Watchalong in the title, mate. Okay, I'll go and sort that out for you now. And oh, here we go. Jermaine Thompson, the updated formation is 3-4-3. It's the same as a 5-3-2. There's no difference to it. It's exactly the same. Don't get lost in formations. The reality is we're playing 3 centre backs and 2 full backs. That's all that matters really. It's the intricacies of how it works really doesn't matter. If anybody's interested, actually, well, no, you wouldn't be interested because you're United fans, so I won't tell you. I've been drilled in the mouth. Oh, that's what she said. I've been drilled in the mouth for the last for an hour this morning with this tooth, and when it finished, it looked like I'd had a stroke because they put so much anaesthetic in it. And I think it's starting to kick in on me a little bit. I'm going to have Mad Marcus joining me soon anyway, so that'll help. And obviously all you lot on the live comments, please help me. Help me. Help me. I'm just doing something for Xander at the moment as well. So we're 20 minutes away from kick-off. And I'll kill that little Xander. I seriously will kill him. I'll absolutely kill him. He actually can't read. Oh. He's told me I've done something that I haven't done something which I actually had. Oh, little shit. Shouldn't swear. What about Angel Gomez? What about him? Fantastic talent. Is he off to Barcelona? I hope not. I've been to the dentist, Iris. FIFA Mark says Zushas. FIFA 18 is on the download, and hopefully I might do a stream tonight on That's Football at 11 o'clock. The tragedy about FIFA 18 is that I downloaded it last night, put the game in to have a game of it, to start doing a live stream, and then when you've got the game in, it starts doing some sort of download thing that got stuck at between 25% and 35% for about an hour. So I still haven't actually got career mode or anything set up. It's annoying. It takes bloody ages. Mark Fellaini, look, Fellaini's going to become a banned word because I know exactly what you're doing, and I don't actually take any Fellaini positivity serious now. You know what I do when I see a Fellaini comment? I'm going to ignore it from now on and assume you're just trying to get me to start winding me up about it, because so that's really unfair on the genuine Fellaini lovers, because I'm just going to ignore every single comment about Fellaini from now on. I've got to open Skype and get Marcus on, which is fine. Do that. We Stand United says, how do I join the United Stand Predictor League? The United Stand Predictor League, as far as I know, yes it is. It's in the link in the video description. It says it there. Play our Premier League Predictor game with Super Brew here. Click the link and sign up, pal. That's Premier League at the moment. And we will be doing a Champions League one as well. But lots of prizes, and it's free. The Premier League Predictor League. And that link will automatically, when you sign up, put you into the United Stand League. So yeah, sign up and get involved with that. Free to do it. No, Cali United, I'm not. I've just got terrible toothache and I've been to the dentist today and I'm suffering the effects of the anaesthetic and the fact that my mouth just feels very weird. Emma Carroll's just joined the video. Emma Carroll is in the house. Mark, what is your opinion of the Lukaku chant? Is 24 inches too much, says Ben Daniels. Mark, what inch TV? Okay, Cheryl Gallagher. Thanks for that. Cheryl's gone. I'm going to have to set up a new account now. And I like the Lukaku chant, says YouTube's. No, meaning me. And Sujal says we've got many followers of the United Stand in the Washington DC area. That's good to know. United Stand big in the United States. Good. We want to be big everywhere because we want more and more people to support Manchester United. Evening, people. We are ready, says Carl Watkins. And realistically, can we beat the likes of Madrid and Bayern Munich, says Josh Peters? Oh, you know, maybe we're not quite there at the moment, but we're certainly heading in the right direction. I think tonight you're going to see something that you need to appreciate, that it's not easy to go and beat a team like Moscow in their own backyard, but beat them, I suspect we will. I really do. Marcus, can you hear me?
All right, Dave.
All right. How you doing?
I'm all right, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. Warren Stores just said, what do you think of the lineup? So let us know. What's your thoughts on the lineup?
Oh, I'm loving the lineup. I think it's a very attacking formation. It has the options of being the 3-5-2 or the 5-3-2 with the wing backs. I'm very pleased to see Martial hopefully up front with Lukaku as a front two.
Yeah.
And I'm also glad that Twansiri's made the bench.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah, makes
there.
a nice change. So obviously Jose's going to show his trust in him, and hopefully he gets a run out.
Yeah, I don't think he will, but it's nice to see him on the bench. Mourinho has never lost to CSKA Moscow. He's played them 6 times in his career and never lost. What's your score prediction for tonight, Marcus?
I think we will be 3-0 winners.
3-0. I've gone 3-1. I think we're going to win comfortably, and I think that, like I say, Martial, Herrera, I want them to have really good games tonight. Somebody just said they'd play Lingard over Ashley Young. People on the drink a bit early tonight. And George Kyle says, are you disappointed no Fellaini?
I am. I'm more disappointed that he's going to miss the Palace game.
I'm not.
I know you're not. But I think he would be vitally important for Palace, being a bit of a physical side. So I think it will be a miss there. I heard, is it right that Ashley Young is captain tonight?
Yes, he is.
Yeah. Oh, well, considering the oxygen thief, as you say, and wage thief is the captain, how do you feel
you know
about
what?
that?
I love it how I'm the voice for the fans when there's something horrible to say. But when it's normal, I'm not the voice. I just wish to say, I am not the voice for the fans. This is the self-proclaimed crap that people put out on Twitter and stuff. I'm not the voice for the fans. I just present the United stand, and we've got a great community. But I did call Ashley Young a wage thief. You know, I don't think it now. But
That's
I
the
did.
beauty of being
The
a
reality
fan.
is, why should I take it on my shoulders when everybody else was, yeah, you're right, and all this, that, and the other? I love to be honest. In all seriousness, Marcus, I love to be proved wrong on things like that, because he's become, you know, it's a cliche to say a new signing, but he's been fantastic. And the one thing he can do that others can't do is he can put a cross in the box, and we miss that massively.
Definitely, I think with Lukaku in the side now, and especially when Zlatan comes back, we need a decent ball into the box, and hopefully Ashley Young can provide that, providing he stays fit, and Mourinho plays him. I think it's probably a good choice in playing at left back, or is he at right back tonight because of Blind?
He's playing right back tonight, so
Right
yeah,
back tonight,
I like the fact that he's on the right. I prefer him on the right, but obviously Valencia is always going to play there. The last time,
but he did have a good game the other night, didn't he? When he was at right back.
yeah, he got an assist for Lukaku. In fact, well, he got an assist for Lukaku off the left as well. He's getting them from both sides. But Zushas just said, actually, the last time Ashley Young was captain was when we played Chelsea at Old Trafford.
Oh, was that the game where you was there, Mark? Was it?
Yeah, I don't mention it much, but I was at that game. Yeah. Matic was crap.
We never hear that story enough. But yeah, if that's true, then it's a long time ago. But hopefully he can. This CSKA Moscow side, yeah, they're not the best. I expect it to be a tough game, but I think we will end up being comfortable winners. I'd be disappointed if we're not with that team that's out there.
Dan Butterworth just made a very... I like Dan's comments, and he's just said Ashley Young being on the right actually won't help Martial if he's over on the left. But remember, Martial's probably, we'll see how it goes when it kicks off in 10 minutes, but Martial's probably going to be playing up front, so there'll be a lot of interchangeability. I don't think Martial's not going to have to cling out wide, I don't think. I think it's going to be a 2 up front situation. There's one result from tonight. FK Karabag have lost 2-1 to Roma. I'm gutted. FK Karabag, they're my second team. I don't even know where they're from. FK Karabag, got no idea. Absolutely none. But good old Konzen Medina de Silva scored for them anyway. That's made me happy. But in relation to United's group, in all seriousness, Benfica lost to CSKA Moscow in the first game, and that was so obviously Benfica are playing Basel, and I was talking about that, Marcus. I think I like the way that we've set up for this game, because I think it's a team that's really set up to go and win the game, and if we do win it, then we win the next couple of games, we might actually be in a nice comfortable position come the end of November, start of December, where we've got 2 Champions League games left to play, but we can use some of the fringe players and give people a rest, because that is really important for United this season, that we use the squad wisely.
But do you think Mourinho would do that in the Champions League, playing fringe players? Even though if we have qualified for it by that time, if they lose a game, if the fringe players lose a game, it might take away the momentum or the mentality of the team if we're continually winning or drawing in the Premier League.
Well, it's an interesting point, because I was saying this before you came on air. People are saying, oh, Lindelof's a flop and Mourinho's not going to use him, but he's starting him tonight in the Champions League game. You could argue that Moscow away is more important than
Palace
at the weekends, and yet Lindelof's playing in this game. So, I think Lindelof's issue is more about understanding the Premier League and the pace of the Premier League and getting used to that. But he's clearly trusting him, because he's playing him in a big game tonight away from home. But Lindelof in the Champions League should be fine. He was fine in the Champions League for Benfica, and he's been good for Sweden and international level. So I just think it's a Premier League specific problem for Lindelof. But I think we're quite fortunate with our centre backs anyway. Maybe not Lindelof. Lindelof's not settled yet, but I think Chris Smalling's played well this year. Phil Jones has obviously played well, and it's Jones and Bay who are first choice. But we're well covered there, and obviously Daley Blind could slip in there, as could Twansibi. So we're well stocked in them positions.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of cover there. I mean, what's the story with Phil Jones? Has he just been dropped for tonight? Is he carrying an injury again?
I think Phil Jones is like Valencia. He's just been left out, having a bit of a rest, which again is good management for Mourinho, because Phil Jones is into that territory now where it's like he normally picks up an injury. I don't know how many games in a row he has played, but I do remember in that run he had with Rojo last December, there was a big article saying that he'd never played more than 6 games in a row for United without getting injuries, and I think he's been here about 6 years. So that's the thing about Phil Jones. He's into uncharted territory now. So I think Mourinho's just sort of like trying to keep him fit for as long as possible.
Yeah, he's probably trying to keep him back and prove a point that he can play. Have a good, decent run of games, because his career has been blighted. Well, especially his United career has been blighted by injuries. He's never held down a regular starting position, and you can't really say that he's reliable in that sense, because he's always injured. There's always something wrong. So
look at that, we're spot on 100. Just moved. We were spot on 138,000 subscribers there for a moment, but it's gone past.
Oh, I'm sure it will go up. But the Phil Jones, I mean, hopefully he does get a steady run of games now, and he can prove himself to be a decent centre back. Especially a United decent centre back, because I think him and Bay could actually form a good partnership, and it would probably take a lot for Lindelof or Smalling to get back into the side in the Premier League.
And it also means, just in relation to Lindelof, that we don't have to force the issue. We can take our time with him, and I like it. I like the fact that he's playing tonight in a big game. I'd probably be a bit nervous if he'd played at the weekend at Southampton, in all honesty, because makes a mistake and you don't get a clean sheet. But this is great, being able to use him in these sort of games, and hopefully, like Vidic, he'll take his time adjusting to the Premier League and then be a really, really good asset to the club.
Well, yeah, I mean, I suppose that's the plan for any player that comes into Manchester United. So, I mean, hopefully, I don't know how long is left on his contract.
Phil Jones?
Do you have any? Yeah, do you have any idea?
Got no idea.
So, I mean, he could have. Well, if he can stay fit, he could have a good few years at United and hopefully prove himself. That eventually, towards the latter stages of his career, that he could do a job for Manchester United at the highest level.
Well, I think Phil Jones, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, Phil Jones is the closest thing to John Terry, and Mourinho likes John Terry, and that's sort of a centre-back. So
yeah, like the no-nonsense sort of defender in it, and get your body on the line, get stuck in there, and
2019 his contract, so 2 years.
Oh well, so it'll be interesting then next season whether Mourinho would buy someone else next summer or give him a new contract.
Yeah.
So this could be a really big season for him in terms of injuries.
Yeah, we're playing in Horrible Grey tonight.
Oh, I quite like that, Tom.
Yeah, I was going to say some people are bound to like it. I don't like it. Jer O'Neill doesn't like it. Boring grey tonight, he says. And hi from Malaysia, says Vignes. That reminds me, we've not done my favourite bit of the show. Let us know where you're watching from in the live comments. I love this bit. Really, really curious. And it's great to know that as a community of nearly 2,000, we're all going to be watching United or watching the stream and getting updates on United. And we're all around the world. A fantastic community. Make sure you subscribe and join in with us. So let us know where you're watching from, and also let us know what time it is, because I'm intrigued by that as well, because I've heard a few Americans saying that they've took the afternoon off and stuff like that. So be interested to know where you're watching from as well, and what time it is.
So the first one I see is Gunnar Blondal, he's from Iceland. Nicola, 21, Canada.
I hope we're still live, because I'm getting a few problems with the computer. It's back again now. Teams are coming out anyway. The teams are coming out, so we're not going to be too far away from the kickoff. Oh, good. That is working now. I thought my timer was going to not work, which would have been a pain. Refresh. Get me some comments back.
Northern Ireland. Italy, Moldova, Mauritius,
Indonesia,
Helsinki.
It's 10 PM in Kenya. I'll tell you what, if I slow it down here, I can see.
Always amazes me where people are watching from all over the world.
Yeah, well, it's 12:15 AM in India, which I think means midnight, if my maths are right. It's 2:30 in the afternoon on the East Coast, USA, says Caleb Van Buren. We've got people in Iraq. Lots of people in India, Jamaica. It's 1:45 in St. Louis in USA, says Carlos. Florida, Ellesmere Port. Mars, that's well done. Maryland, USA. Trinidad and Tobago. It's 1:45 in Pakistan. 12:15 AM, says Jay. Christian in India. Dylan Murphy says Hairy Lemon. If you're in the Hairy Lemon, mate, where I know it, then it's a cracking drinker, that is. I'm actually seriously talking about a pub. I don't think he is. Australian in Colombia, says Simon Spencer. I'm watching from work, says Carlos. It's Thailand, Bangkok, Miami, Tesco Express, everywhere. You get Wi-Fi everywhere now. Iraq, Australia, Denmark, Thailand again, Bahrain, Offaly in Ireland, says Biffo Bill. Nepal. We always get a couple in Nepal. Royal Fox.
Yeah.
Norfolk. Northampton.
Norfolk, not far from me.
Kieran Colbeck says he's from a war zone in Syria. Well, not with a name like Kieran Colbeck, you're not. It's very Irish.
Korea?
Korea, definitely south. North won't be around for much longer. Not if Trump gets his way. None of us will be. Barbados, says Sheldon. And Grand Hotel Malahide, says Kieran Byrne. Yeah, I doubt that as well, but I think people just say it. Okay, we're very close to kick off. Very close to kick off. Marcus, you've gone 3-0.
I've gone 3-0, mate. Yeah, I would fancy both our strikers to score, providing we're playing them both up top. And do you know what? Seeing as someone mentioned it's, I think it was Iris Mkhitaryan's 50th appearance, I'm going to say Mkhitaryan for a goal as well.
Okay. Mkhitaryan needs to play 90 minutes tonight, doesn't he? He's had a good start to the season, but I think his first hour of the game has been pretty, in and out, hasn't it? I think Mkhitaryan, I wouldn't say he needs to be dropped or criticised. He just needs to, do it over 90 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it's that consistency again, isn't it, from a foreign player. It's has he adapted to the Premier League yet? I would have thought so. He's had enough time now. Mourinho showed him a bit of tough love at the start of last season, so hopefully he's took that on board and he can actually do the whole 90 minutes and be very positive in the performance.
The game's kicked off. I've started the timer, but I've just realised that I've not switched it on the thing. So we're up and running with the timer, don't worry. I've just got to find the switch.
So here we go. Jamie Rubinski's in Hawaii.
Can't beat it.
Yeah, it's lovely weather out there, isn't it? Mr. Bazinga, 1-1 draw. Blinter scores second half from a free kick. Alex here says Rashford goal. That'll be odd.
Yeah. No, we might come off the bench. Anyway, the timer's up and running. We're nearly a minute in. Royal Fox says, have you ever heard of Nepal? Yes, I have. I think we did Nepal in geography when I was at school.
I don't think the live chat will understand what happened in the Stone Ages, mate.
Yeah, nice one. Tell you what, I've been taking it all day. At work, I'm normally the banter king, and at work, I walked in after having my tooth drilled, and so much anaesthetic, I looked like I'd had a stroke. Well, people got me back today. They were absolutely mercilessly slating me all day about it. So what goes around comes around, I suppose. And to be honest, if the boot had been on the other foot, I'd have been giving it some as well. But I've been on the receiving end a lot today.
So United, first couple of minutes, not really settled the game yet.
No, it looks like there's a lot of space there, which is good. And Martial with a lovely little flick into Mkhitaryan there. And again, it's Mkhitaryan running down a blind alley again, isn't it? He gets the flick from Martial and runs into a blind alley when we're on the break. And that's Mkhitaryan's problem in the first 80 minutes of games to a T. When everyone's sharp, he just puts his head down and runs into a brick wall. Yeah,
do you know what? I actually think he has a hard time just getting his head up and having a look around and just seeing what the options are.
Which is really surprising because I was really excited when we signed him because he was never like that at Dortmund. I don't know whether he tries too hard, but Martial again has had three touches in this game, and every time he's retained the ball and gave it to a United player. And I think that's where he's improved drastically from last season, where he was probably a bit like Mkhitaryan, trying a little bit too hard. Whereas this season he's just very, very efficient. Oh dear, we're in trouble here. Might be a 1-on-1. No. Young's too quick. Ball in behind. The Moscow player was through, but Ashley Young had the legs to get back. So it started off quite open, Marcus, anyway, which is good for us.
It has, yeah. I mean, I actually thought that Moscow would be a bit cagey, sit back and just try and defend for the draw. But yeah, after that bit of play there, I mean, they're coming out to play, which they should do because they are the home side.
Yeah, remember they did beat Benfica as well in the first game.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
a draw wouldn't necessarily be a bad result for them. That's an interesting ball by Lukaku, but he's got Martial down the left. Martial past
Didn't
his
you
man,
mention the draw yesterday?
1-0! Lukaku!
1-0.
Martial
Yes.
with the assist. That's how
There
you
we
do
go.
it. Martial and Lukaku combine 1-0. Brilliant. Lukaku put Martial in. Lukaku 1-0 to United. Lovely stuff. Very similar to the goal, well, at the weekend, but he scored the header.
Absolutely fantastic. I mean, it's the man Martial again, the man of the moment. Lukaku's got it through the middle. He's played it out through there to Martial, and what a cracking cross that was.
Well,
Absolutely amazing.
I think it's unfair to sort of say that Mourinho's against Martial because he started him tonight, obviously, but he's just unbelievable. We'll have to get the One Football out tomorrow night and have a look at his stats because, again, it's another assist from Martial. He's literally had 4 touches in this game and every touch he's had has been brilliant. Capped off by that cross for Lukaku. And Lukaku, we almost forget about Lukaku, don't we, Marcus? His finishing is absolutely amazing, really. Off his head, especially.
You know what? I mean, we was all worried about when he came about his first touch and his problems with that. He's got a heavy touch, but at the minute, I mean, I'm not seeing any signs of a problem with the first touch. As long as this guy keeps on scoring, that's what is it, 7 and 7 or 8 and 8 in all competitions at the minute.
Yeah, I think it's 7 and 7, isn't it?
Yeah.
But just stunning stuff.
I mean, what a record this guy has got. I mean, he doesn't seem fazed by playing for United.
Oh, what a save by De Gea as well.
Yeah.
World class. It's all going off. Shot from the edge of the box from Moscow. And the save is just world class from De Gea. I mean, that's at the other end, isn't it, as well?
Yeah. I mean, they've come down here straight from the kick-off, near enough an instant reply. Which is, fair play to Moscow. Their heads could have dropped after that first one's just gone in. But, yeah, great save. Fantastic save. Nice to know De Gea's concentration is still there.
Oh, it was a top-class save. Full stretch, along the ground, and a strong hand as well. I've got to update the scores, but it's 9 and 9. Everyone's saying it's 9 and 9.
Yeah. Well, what a record that is at the minute. I'll take it, 9 and 9, all competitions. Absolutely devastating. But it just goes to show, put the ball in the box, put it in the air in the box, and he's always got a chance of scoring.
Yeah. Well, what did we say? We said, just changing the score for everyone. We said United are going to win this game tonight, and we certainly started off really well. Herrera there, Ashley Young, overcooks the cross, but Lukaku's got it. Should have Daley Blind on the overlap. A bit of a waste on Mkhitaryan again. 1-0 United.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I think this season we've scored, a fair few of goals from crosses, and that's something we totally lacked last season.
Music to my ears. I love goals from crosses, and like you say, we've been so bad at it for so long. Martial can put a decent cross in. Here he is again. He's got 3 players around him. He's up for it tonight, Martial.
Well, this is his chance, to show to Jose, look, start me. This is what I can do. Rashford's crossing is a bit suspect.
Here we go, Martial again. Should have been a foul by the referee there. It's right in front of the ref. He didn't want to give it.
Yeah.
But that'll give United a load. I mean, we talk about this confidence thing as well. Well, this will give United a real load of confidence because we know that defensively we're very strong. But the way this team's set up offensively, it's I think Moscow are going to struggle with us. And people talk about City running away with the league, and I just don't know I don't understand why. I don't understand what they're on about at the moment because United are doing fantastically well.
I think with City, it's if they get an injury to one of their front three, there is an able replacement. Whereas I don't think we could really afford to get an injury to Lukaku, Martial or Rashford.
I mean, we don't play City till December. Part of me, I know we haven't got Pogba at the moment, but who's to say, we might have Pogba back in December, but we might not have Lukaku. I'd quite fancy playing City at the moment. I think we're banging form to play them. But
yeah, I mean, I'll take playing one of the top teams.
I just can't wait to play Liverpool.
Apparently Basel are beating Benfica 1-0 at the minute.
Yeah. I mean, we could have this... Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves, but we could have this group, if we keep the concentration up, we could have this group done and dusted after 4 games, and then we'd have 2 games left. I think we've got a Champions League game in the start of December between Arsenal and Man City. You could use that Champions League game for the squad and keep the first team nice and fresh.
Well, let's not forget as well, if we get the win tonight, we've basically taken control of the group.
Yeah.
We will dictate the group. I think I read somewhere that we've got a lot of away fixtures coming up as well in October.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
So yeah, let's get the 3 points on the board again. That will take us up to 6, and then yeah, we'll virtually in command of the group then. I remember Sir Alex saying you needed 10, 11 points in the group stage.
Xander's doing a live stream on That's Football at the moment for the Chelsea versus Atletico Madrid game. I just popped over and had a look. Nearly got 200 people watching. That's not bad.
Yeah. Iris XHD says Paris Saint-Germain are beaten Bayern 1-0.
They'll be out in force, the PSG lovers.
Yeah.
I'm not one. If you're new to the United Stand, by the way, I know we pick up some new viewers when we do watch-alongs. Make sure you click that subscribe button, bottom right-hand corner, and join the best United community in the world. Not just on YouTube, in the world. This live comments and the comments we get below the videos and the interaction and the Skype shows we do on a Monday and on a Saturday night. The next one's Saturday night, 8 o'clock after the Palace game. Best community, some fantastic opinions. Get involved, you won't be disappointed. We've got live content every night at 8 o'clock. All the games covered as well. So loads to get involved with. And United could be going 2-0 up here. Mkhitaryan, I think he was a bit greedy there. Mkhitaryan's still got a big question mark against his name for me.
Sure, he has. I mean, when you consider we've got Mata who can play that position as well as the number 10.
Well, Dahl Quest just says, what's happening with Mkhitaryan? What is happening with him, do you think?
Yeah, he doesn't look... I don't want to say...
again.
Yeah.
Oh, nearly. He's like Thierry Henry. See, Mkhitaryan's slow there to the ball. He should be getting there first. He's got 5 yards on that player and the player gets there ahead of him. It's lethargic.
Yeah. Mkhitaryan, he just doesn't look fully settled at the minute.
You still there?
Yeah, sorry.
No, sorry, I thought I heard you click off. Anyway, Martial looks absolutely fantastic. He looks Messi-esque.
Yeah, he does. Maybe it's the confidence he's getting now from Mourinho. What he said about him lately. Maybe that's the kick up. There.
Daily Blind. Tell you what, I've just that would have been another L for me because I've just tweeted out that he looks a bit off. But he should have scored that, I think. Cross from Blind from the left, right into the path of Mkhitaryan, who was about 7 yards out, and I think he's got to finish that, to be honest, hasn't he? I think if that's 0-0 in the last 5 minutes and we draw the game, you'd be like, what a miss.
For a player of that quality, mate, that should be going in all fairness.
Arkadaz says, what a miss. Hilton, I agree with you. De Gea is the best goalkeeper in the world. I've been saying it for a long time. A long, long time.
Good reflex save from Mickey, PL.
Yeah, but everyone started off really well. I need to keep a bit of an eye on Lindelof, actually, because I think, I've been watching Herrera and Martial, and both of those have started off really well. I mean, whatever you think about Fellaini, Marcus, the fact that Herrera is going to get 2 games in a row, 90 minutes in the first team, I think that that only bodes well for United anyway, because he was looking a bit rusty, and I think Herrera was our Player of the Year last year, and it's good for him to get some proper game time.
Well, it does, yeah. But I mean, again, the negative side to that is when Fellaini's on the bench, it's the plan B of putting more crosses, pumping the ball up to him, letting him get it down on his chest, and go from there. You know, he is a threat in the air, no matter which way you look at it. And I'm looking at that bench tonight, and really, the only threat I can see.
I think that chance for Mkhitaryan very quickly. I've just watched it 3 times in a row. It didn't come at him fast. He's had lots of time. He's got to finish it. But yeah, go on.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know, the only option off the bench is Rashford.
Yeah.
I mean, that's our plan B tonight. So it's a difficult one with Fellaini. He is, you know, people like him, people don't like him. It's I just think that I'd rather have him on the bench as a threat.
Well, the funny thing now is that Mourinho desperately wants him to sign a new contract, and he's actually stalling on it because he wants more money. I mean, talk about you know.
He knows how much he's worth now.
Well, you know, who'd have thought Fellaini would be stalling on a new contract with United? But you know, he's in the ascendancy at the moment.
Alex Arana says, "What do you think of Lukaku so far this season?" I think it's been, yeah, I really do. I had my doubts about him. I was like you, Mark. I preferred to have Morata, but yeah, proved totally wrong about Lukaku. He's been absolutely phenomenal so far.
I wouldn't swap him for the world, because the thing I like about him is just I love how powerful he is, and I think that just terrifies defences and then creates space for so many other players. So,
yeah,
you know, I do like Morata. I still like Morata. I still think he would have been a good signing for United, but I wouldn't swap Morata for Lukaku.
I think the main difference I've seen this season is that Lukaku runs the channels, Morata doesn't.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about a Manchester United striker. They'll run the channels and bring the midfielders into play.
Michael Twiddy says, it seems like we win every time I watch the United stand. I missed the Stoke game, by the way. Well, keep watching, Michael, and we'll keep winning, hopefully. Bex just said make sure you hear every game then as well. Big Molman says update the score. I don't know what game you're watching, mate, but it doesn't need updating. It's 1-0 to United. Is CSKA on the attack. Now Lindelof has got to do better there. Put a block in, and it's a goal kick.
Yeah. So what are we? 16 minutes, just over.
Yeah. Tyrone, big, been on the show loads of times in the Skype shows. He says Morata is quicker. I would still have him. He is a better finisher too. See, you know, it's all about opinion, isn't it?
He's just said there as well. Morata does run the channels, but also has better movement.
See, that's great from Lukaku. A long ball up from De Gea. He holds his man off and then lays it off to Mkhitaryan 5 yards away. No problem with his first touch there.
Yeah, United's defence here are, I don't know, they don't seem with it at the minute. They're standing off their men quite far away. Oh, yeah. Josh Peters says Morata is a more complete striker than Lukaku. And Andrew Ellis, how is Lindelof playing?
Yeah. It's a penalty. Soft cheese, but it's a penalty. Mkhitaryan's won it.
We'll take it. It's got
to be Martial. This could be game over. If it's Martial, I don't want to put a kiss of death on it, but
no. It is. It's Martial, a very soft one. Come on, kid.
He just looks so assured. He never in doubt.
Yes, in.
Never in doubt. Well, another assist for Mkhitaryan.
Yeah.
More confidence for United, and 2-0 up. This is, I tell you what though, everybody at home, this is not normal. This is what Mourinho's brought to us this season. And I think some of us are starting to get sort of not in shock, but like we're expecting the worst. But we never go away and win games like this in the Champions League, do we, Marcus? It's just
No, we don't.
we're just doing the things that Mourinho used to do in his career, and I think he had a very difficult first year at United. But it's just getting better and better by the week.
It is, and we should also be thankful that we've got a world-class manager that has wanted to come in and build a team literally from scratch, sort out the problems that we've had for the last 3 years, and get that mentality back that we have lost. Never would we have been so comfortable, I don't think, in a Champions League game away under Van Gaal, because it was always boring.
Well, even Sir Alex used to go and be quite cagey in the Champions League away from home.
Yeah, but I always felt comfortable with Sir Alex in charge that we'd get the win. And I just think under Van Gaal, going away in a Champions League game, you don't know what to expect with that United.
A goal and assist for Martial again. I said this afternoon. I wanted Martial to bring his A game tonight and just keep to showing. Mourinho. I said this at the weekend. I was disappointed that Martial didn't get on the pitch, but I said it at the weekend. I'm not going to start doing hashtag Martialian or anything like that, because I've got total confidence in Martial this season. He's playing so well. Mourinho can try to ignore him, but he can't. He can't. The fans want him in the team. When he's given a chance, his stats are unbelievable for a substitute. And when he comes into the team, like Burton last week, we got all this, oh, it's only Burton. What are we going to get tonight? Oh, it's only CSKA Moscow away in the Champions League. The excuses don't wash about Martial anymore. He's a top player.
No. He is, and he needs to be given a chance.
He just put another worldly cross in there.
Yeah. I think Mourinho's got to show his faith in him and believe in the lad to do special things. And he's showing it the only way he knows how.
I mean, we're only 20 minutes in, but again, look, I'm not... As Chad said at the start of the game, we're going to miss Fellaini tonight. And I sort of had a bit of a paddy about it and said I'm going to ignore any positivity about Fellaini for the rest of the game because he's not playing. But that's my point about tonight. We don't need Fellaini in a game like this. Look at how quick we're moving the ball from the midfield to the attackers. And whatever about Fellaini, we know what his strengths are. But in a game like this, you don't need him. And this is why I don't want Fellaini in the United side. I'm more than happy to have him off the bench. His effort levels, his unique ability in relation to physicality, getting up, getting under the high ball, great. And in certain games, you will need that. But it's not. It should never be the plan A of United. And as we've seen tonight, Fellaini wouldn't fit into this team tonight. He can't move the ball quickly. It's not his game. It's not his fault.
No, that's right. And I think even when Zlatan comes back, I'd be very disappointed if it was Zlatan starting ahead of Lukaku.
No, yeah, I love Zlatan, but again, you're right, Marcus. For the same reasons, Zlatan cannot be walking into this team because again, it's the same thing as Fellaini. He's not got that pace.
No, we've seen what we can do so far this season with pace on the flanks and pace up front, and it would be a crying shame if Zlatan just comes back into this team as Plan A as the main centre forward.
I'm tell you what, I'm loving watching United at the moment though. It's an absolute pleasure, and I think those people who've been supporting United the last few years. If you've been with us on the United stand for the last few years, I mean, me and Marcus have done watch-alongs under Van Gaal where we've been talking about our favourite films for half an hour. It's been that boring. United this is what United have been like for most of my life, and this is what we should be like. I'm not saying we've got to win everything. I want us to win everything. There's a certain way of playing, and that's what we're used to. I know we used to have these chats quite a lot on the Sunday shows about, would you be bothered if United won the league by parking the bus and winning 1-0 every week? Well, I would be bothered by that because there's a certain way of playing, and I think Mourinho realises that. I mean, this is a Mourinho team. Nearly every game this season, he's not gone with the midfield three that many of us thought he would do and sort of agreed with. He's always tried to find that number 10 role for Mkhitaryan. So he does play the expansive way. And actually, you very rarely hear that, Marcus, now, do you? From rivals or the press, park the bus Mourinho. We don't hear it because he doesn't do it really. He does it in the odd game. He did it at the weekend, but in the main, he's trying to build an expansive team.
I actually think that all comes down to now, especially this season. Now we have a natural CDM who can play the full 90 minutes. I really don't think there is any need to park the bus, that way in football terms, because the CDM is there to protect the back four. So there's no reason to sit 9 men behind the ball at all, especially when a player like Matic is doing the job. See a couple of people in the comments saying that they think Zlatan will take over Mkhitaryan's role.
Yeah, I sort of spoke about that with Ross a couple of weeks ago because he's wearing the number 10, isn't he? And to be honest, Mkhitaryan's quicker around the ground, that's for sure. But
the thing is,
Mkhitaryan's got to take these opportunities because Zlatan will be back soon, and
But you can't see Zlatan. You can't see our play getting any faster with Zlatan as the number 10. If anything, it's going to slow us down.
Yeah, it would do.
So, hopefully he is like the option as a 9 or a 10 off the bench.
It's just a fantastic team at the moment. The only regret I slightly have is that I don't think Mourinho was backed enough in the transfer window. I just would have, I think we needed another fullback and definitely another player who can put the cross into the box. And it doesn't matter at the moment, but come sort of Christmas, February time, it might do. And I'd hate this great season to sort of fall away because we haven't got the squad we need. But at the moment, it's fantastic.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple of people here in the comments as well. Mo Wada. No way Zlatan can play 10. Are you serious? I don't think he can play 10. I honestly don't think he can be anything at United now apart from a target man.
Well, the other thing is, watching this game tonight, we all love Martial. Is he thinking, take Martial out of this team and we'll have Zlatan and Lukaku up front?
Well, see, again, I disagree with that.
Oh, it's 3! It's another assist for Martial. It's a defensive error, but it's Martial again. 3-0. This is scary stuff now. Rivals sit down and take notice. Defensive error. Cross comes in from Martial, who worked it really well, but the defender should clear it, and Lukaku's got the easiest goal.
Well, yeah, defender, he should have definitely cleared that one. What a mistake that is. Yeah, Martial, lovely ball in again. Dangerous cross again. I mean, defenders completely missed it. Lukaku's there, tap it in at the back. Well, this game's over.
I love Rashford and Martial. They're my two favourite players, but I don't care what anybody says. Martial's on a different level to Rashford at the moment in relation to what he can do creativity-wise. His crossing is... I mean, it's a defensive error, that one, but you've got to put the cross into the box and... Well, just lovely. I mean, this score can be anything. You went 3-0, Marcus. I think you're going to be wrong.
I went 3-0, yeah. I went for Martial and Lukaku to score as well. So, I mean, it's easy street now, isn't it, really? The centre-back, what is he doing there? He's not even got his eyes on the ball.
Well, this is how you do it. Punish the teams, build the confidence, keep a clean sheet, tick, tick, tick. It's the way of United at the moment.
Yeah, but see, with Zlatan last season, mistakes like that, Zlatan wasn't there to finish them off. And this is another big difference this season. We've got a striker in Lukaku who's sniffing around, waiting for a mistake, ready to pounce.
And also, he wasn't using Martial last year, was he? You had people like Lingard and Zlatan, and Mkhitaryan out wide.
Yeah.
You know, this season, yeah, Mkhitaryan's got room for improvement, but he's playing in his best position. He's better centrally.
It's a tough one. I mean, when you're not backed in the summer, like he, you know, we all know he wasn't. You know, could we think if he did get that other winger, would Martial be on the bench?
Yeah, potentially. I mean, that is a good point. Very good point. I mean, Martial needs to play games. He's got 4 players around him every time he gets the ball now, and
well, in a way, I mean, it's a blessing, isn't it? Really, that we actually didn't get that winger.
It is at the moment. I do think squad depth will go. Oh, Martial again. He's just popping through players like no man's business.
He's definitely putting on a show tonight.
Yeah, but he did it against Burton though, didn't he, as well?
Yeah, see, I didn't read too much into that. So, you know, it was only Burton at the end of the day.
Yeah. CJ Sports says we're going to win the league. Let's not get. Look, I'm not getting ahead of ourselves. All United have got to do this year is take every game as it comes, and we'll keep our head down. We won't start chanting anything about winning the league like City and the press. You know, we'll just do our own thing.
I mean, we're still looking to score more as well, so that's a good sign.
Hopefully, Lukaku. Another positive tonight would be if Lukaku can get his first hat-trick.
That would be, yeah.
Because we've all heard about Harry Kane, haven't we, last night against Cypriot nobodies. Well, Moscow are a little bit better than them, so I think Lukaku, in all seriousness, if you look at Lukaku and Kane's careers over the last 2 years, they pretty much mirror each other every season in relation to goals scored. So it would be just typical if they both got a hat-trick in this week of the Champions League.
It's like the situation of whatever you can do, I can do. I think Herrera.
I heard some United fans saying last night, actually, Harry Kane will come to United. We don't need Harry Kane. I don't think you need Harry Kane and Lukaku.
No, I think we need a striker whose role is backup.
Yeah. Which is potentially Rashford.
Yeah, could be. Yeah.
I mean, the great thing about tonight is, I mean, I like Rashford. So the great thing about tonight is it's a bit like when Martial's been on the bench and Rashford does well. You know, Rashford sat on the bench tonight catching splinters in his arse. And he'll be like, oh, when I get my chance, I've got to do it. And that's a bit like what Martial's had to do. And Rashford's done it off the bench as well. I mean, this is the brilliant thing. I don't really see it anymore. At the start of the season, it was a little bit who should play Rashford or Martial. I now see it as we've got Rashford and Martial. That's fantastic. Because if one of them doesn't start or play well, the other one can come off the bench.
They are probably, well, they're in the top 10 of 2 of the youngest, greatest talents in the in football at the minute. Yeah, it's they got phenomenal talent. The world is their oyster. They can go as far as they want to go, and we should thank Mourinho that he's managed to keep hold of them, and hopefully they can stay happy at United and not want to go elsewhere.
Cohen says, how's Herrera doing? I think he's doing very well. He's just broken up the play there. The thing about Herrera, when he's playing well, you could argue Herrera should be pushing Matic out of the team as well. I mean, he's not going to, but that is Herrera of last season, and that's what we need from Herrera. Fellaini should not be getting in ahead of an on-form Ander Herrera, but Herrera's not been on form at the start of this season, obviously. So we need him to step up to the plate. We need him at the moment. We haven't got anybody else. We've got Matic and nobody. So Herrera needs to step up to the plate anyway. But he's done very well. And this will do him the world of good. It's like Lindelof. We're not playing a pub team here. CSKA Moscow, experienced Champions League team at home. And we're playing them off the park at the moment. And if I hear somebody say, oh, it's only CSKA, enough of that nonsense now. I've had enough of this. Yeah. Oh, we were lucky. We're consistently winning games very well now. And I think we need to sort of give this team the backing, and certainly the manager has worked wonders.
I mean, you've got to remember as well, there are no easy games in the Champions League. It's the best teams of their leagues. So, this is not an easy game. I predicted we would win, that we would win comfortable, but we would have to work for it. But United just seem to me they are controlling every aspect of the game. Matic has played some fantastic passes in this first 34 minutes. Herrera again, unsung hero.
They're working really well. I mean, I've heard people saying that Matic and Herrera can't play together. I don't know where that has come from or why. I think it probably comes from the fact that Herrera had a bad game against Stoke, but they've worked really well tonight. I think Mkhitaryan's enjoying it because there's so much space. Lukaku's going to hit this from distance. Good save by the keeper. That could have been the hat trick. 35 yards out.
I mean, what a hit as well. On target.
Yeah, we've all played football. It doesn't even need to be football. Could be in the bedroom when someone says, "Oh, you're a big boy," whatever. You play with confidence when you're doing well. And United, whether it's clean sheets, keeper making a save, Lukaku scoring again, it's all when you're confident at something, you do better. And United have lacked confidence for 4 years.
Yeah, they have. I mean, and the football has not been great either. So to be at this stage of development as a team, the way Mourinho's got us playing, I think he's done really, really well. I mean, I know he said he needs 3 summers to get us back on track, but you can see the team that he's building. It's a young, energetic team with pace.
And I think that's another point as well that we probably don't notice because it's 3-0. Well, we do notice it, but we don't mention it. The football United are playing is really good. The movement, we cried in frustration at Van Gaal and these 2 defensive midfielders, and we didn't, defensively we're quite good under Van Gaal, but that was because De Gea was making loads of saves, and we had 2 defensive midfielders, and it was side to side passing, and in a very short period of time, it's become second nature for United fans just to treat this as the norm. But the way we're playing, we haven't been playing like this for a long time, and it's the quick movement of the ball, the hunting in packs, they're looking to make that forward pass, the pace up front. It's all come together very quickly, and it's now the norm.
See, this is why I think Smalling doesn't really fit in now.
Goal! I think De Gea's just pulled off another worldie there.
Yeah.
It's a complete performance tonight.
It is. It's a good test. I mean, CSK, they could quite easily drop their heads and just think, let's, minimise how many go in. Bit of damage control. But they're still coming at us, and they have still created a couple of chances. But I think, again, Mourinho will be thinking another clean sheet for De Gea tonight.
Yeah. Thought we weren't going to get one then, but we've cleared it.
Yeah. But again, what another good save from Dave.
We've got a super chat comment here from Ian Shaparo. He says, I got to see United in Houston over the summer, and I'm loving the continued form. I can't always see the games here in Texas, so thank you for the watch along. No problem, Ian. Thanks everyone for joining us on the watch along tonight, and thanks for the super chat. You can make a contribution to the United Stand through the $sign at the bottom of the live comments, but if you do, just make sure you leave us a question or something like that, and we'll definitely read it out for you. So thanks for that, Ian. Another shot at De Gea there. He's held that one very easily. We have, Ross, to be fair, he comes on before the show and does a Sunday night show. He was convinced that De Gea wasn't going to leave United. I was convinced, and many others thought we would. I wanted him to stay. I love De Gea. I've always said he's the best goalkeeper in the world. And the thing about United now is there's lots of things about football that people will say, but it's a very easy game to play football, and these managers who earn a lot of money, who failed at United and were meant to just bend over and take it from them, like Van Gaal and Moyes, they didn't know any more than the fans knew. In fact, they knew a lot less. But one of the best rules in football is if you've got a strong spine, you're going to do well in the game. And we've got De Gea, best goalkeeper in the world. We've now got Matic and Pogba when he's fit, two of the best midfielders in the league. We've got Lukaku, one of the best strikers in the league. And that, for a spine to start off with, you're going to do things.
Oh yeah, definitely. Bailly in defence, and hopefully Lindelof can prove his worth. And that's a decent. Eventually, hopefully, it will be a decent centre back pairing.
See, I think Smalling's played very well tonight.
No, to be honest, mate, I think all the back three have done well in their own right, but it's not been a massive workout for them so far.
I don't know. I think Moscow are they've had 2 good chances that De Gea saved, and they are, I wouldn't say 3-0 flat as is. It probably should be 2-0. They made a mistake really on the third one, but United are definitely in the ascendancy. But I don't think Moscow are awful. They've cut us open a couple of times themselves. I just think it's a very good performance from United. Which again, I don't mind rivals saying it because that's part of the banter, but I wouldn't want United fans to be saying, "Oh, CSKA and Moscow are rubbish. They're a pub team and all that," because United should. At Old Trafford, I'd be saying we should beat them, but away from home in Europe, you never know, and they're not a bad side.
Oh, didn't you say last night you would have took a draw as well?
Yeah, I thought in Europe, win your home games, draw your away games, you go through, don't you? I mean,
that's it. Yeah.
I didn't know how he was going to set us up. As soon as I saw the team news, like you, I went 3-1. I think the team's too good. With Pogba out, for me, this is very close to what I would play, formation and players. I think it's got everything you want. It's got 2 up front, which I think I remember in the summer actually the US tour talking about this and saying I love the 3-5-2 because it's almost cheating because you get 2 up front, but you don't get overwhelmed in the midfield.
That's right. Yeah.
And you get width. I love the formation, and I think Mourinho likes it, and I think he's not really been able to play it that much. But again, this is another positive about Mourinho, isn't it? How many formations can he play? We're playing this really well. We've not been playing this, and we've played really well. We can also go to a 4-3-3. There's so many options for United to play, and the players respond to it. So again, players well done, and the manager.
Yeah, I mean, we're not just sticking to the one formation, which shows our versatility in setting up for different situations. I mean, I can't imagine going to like Man City or Anfield and playing the 4-3-3. I would expect us to set up like this.
Yeah,
just so we could dominate the midfield.
CSKA Moscow are getting a little bit frustrated now because we're keeping the ball so well as well. I mean, that's. To be honest, I thought Mkhitaryan had a bad first 10 minutes, but he's actually, I wouldn't give him a bad. I don't think he's had a bad game at all now. I think everybody is playing with confidence, and good to see. Yellow card there as well for that player, which I think the referee was right. He needed to come out and make a decision on that. Basel are beating Benfica 2-0, so Benfica are a big trouble in our group.
I mean, it's also, Luke Shaw, Mark, he played a bit against Burton. Would you have took him? Do you reckon there was a chance for him to go and play again tonight?
Griezmann's just scored against against Chelsea with a penalty. No, to be honest with you, I like Luke Shaw, and there's a lot of stick Luke Shaw was getting on Twitter today from United fans, which I just do not understand. I don't understand it at all. The lad's done nothing wrong. He's one of the best left backs in England. I think he's the best when he's fit. But Martial's just sent one of these lads back to their mother. Oh, it nearly was. What a run! He's like Messi. I tell you what. Yeah, but on Luke Shaw very quickly, I just think it's about managing. It's a bit like what we're doing with Luke Shaw, what we're doing with Phil Jones tonight. Why is Phil Jones not here? playing really well. He's not here because Mourinho's managing him. And I think with Luke Shaw, I think Mourinho's like, yeah, I could play him tonight, but he could break down and I won't see him for 3 months. Or I could not play him tonight and I won't play him on Saturday and he'll keep training and then he's trained for 3 weeks longer and he's stayed fit for 3 weeks longer. I think he's just taking his time with him.
Just to change the subject, mate, I think we just lost about 400 subscribers again.
I don't know why it does that, but what I will say is they do come back.
Oh, right, okay.
The last 2 times it's done it, they have come back. So I don't know why it does it. It must be something to do with my streaming system. I don't know because it's baffling. But Martial is our own Messi. I think that's a great comment from CO. I was just about to tweet that.
So Football Red Devils. Martial dribbling skills are great. Mark Dixon. What a job Mourinho has done to not only buy the right players and building a team, but brought the confidence back to the club. That's spot on. Richard Delaney says Phil Jones is suspended.
Maybe he is. Maybe he is. I don't know. I don't think he would have been part of this squad anyway. I think Mourinho would have arrested him. I genuinely think now with Martial, this form is turning into consistent form now. It's not just like, he's come on as a sub. He's doing it from the start of games. I think Martial, on the form of this season, not just tonight, is genuine top 5 in the world talent potential.
Yeah.
He is. He has got everything. And I think now he's got a manager that he understands and he knows what to do with that manager, and he can be anything he wants to be. Anthony Martial, absolutely anything he wants to be. Cracking off. It's
been really good.
Yeah, it's flown by, which is always a good sign. Fantastic performance from United, 3-0 up at half time. Anthony Martial, fantastic. Lukaku with the goals, De Gea with the saves. But I'm struggling, Marcus, to find a bad thing to say about anybody because it's just been so good.
Yeah. I mean, if you had to nitpick about anything, I would probably say our defenders are standing a bit far off Moscow's attackers. That is really the only negative I could say about it. It's been a fantastic performance from everyone. Lukaku on the verge of his first hat-trick for United. It'd be fantastic if he could get it. Martial's on fire. Some great crosses from Martial as well. Ashley Young down the right. And Herrera and Matic, I think, have been fantastic in the middle.
Yeah. It's probably the best half we've had all season, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because to be 3-0 up at half time away in the Champions League against a very experienced Champions League side who haven't been rubbish by any means. The third goal was a defensive error, let's be honest, but they've been bang on it. Absolutely fantastic. Marcus, if you want to pop off and get yourself a cup of coffee or anything, that's fine.
Yeah. Have you got Ross on at half time?
No.
No, okay. I'll mute my mic and I'll be back in 5 minutes.
All right, pal.
All right.
Very, very difficult. To pick out a man of the match from that half, but I probably wouldn't move too far away from Martial again. I thought he was fantastic, but there's been so many good performances. I've got to be honest, so many good performances, and really, really thoroughly enjoyed that half of football because that's what we want to see as United fans. We want to see United back doing those sort of things because Mourinho can grind results out. Mourinho can grind out trophies. He did it with the Europa League, but if we get a trophy this season, it's not going to be about grinding it out. This is fantastic football. Absolutely superb. PSG in a running rampage on Bayern Munich, are they? I've not even checked. 2-0. Is it time to take PSG seriously? I hope not. I don't want them to get anywhere near the Champions League. Dirty club. But back to United. Let's talk about United for a minute. What a half. Give us your thoughts on the half. I want to read some of them out because it's been very, very, very good. And it will certainly concern our rivals, is what I would say. that we're doing that sort of thing now. You know, there's no element of luck to that performance. It's just very good. And beyond the 3-0 scoreline at half-time, which is fantastic, the movement of the ball, the speed of our play, the forward passing, it is the complete performance from United. And, you know, we've not had it all our own way. Two fantastic saves from De Gea at times as well. So, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. When it's good, we should say it's good. I'm going to take some of your comments now. I just want to get that out. And I have. Let's have a look what people are saying in the live comments. So, we've got Gamer Blamer saying, why does everyone hate PSG? Because they're destroying football with chucking corrupt money into it. They don't make that money at all. They don't make anywhere near that money. They're ruining it. Martial is a beast, says Mourinho's girlfriend. Daniel Wheels is watching in Australia. Richie CR's made a contribution. He says Herrera and Matic are way more mobile, as you said. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I've got nothing against Fellaini, but for all the Fellaini lovers out there, this is exactly why Fellaini should be on the bench. Because Herrera and Matic, or Matic and Pogba, you can't move the ball around that quickly and pass and move. Fellaini can't do that. That's not what he can do. United, good team tonight, as is Martial, says Tyrus Farron. Twansibi debut, says Barney 3113. Yeah, it would be nice to see Twansibi come on, actually. I think Matic is carrying a bit of a knock, so why not just put Twansibi on there with Herrera? Eugene says Martial is just great. Sheldon Jones says Griezmann and Lukaku would kill games within half an hour. I'd actually put Griezmann in the Mkhitaryan role in that team and still have Martial and Lukaku up front. Whoa, sexy. Herrera is a midfield general, says Darth Vader. He has been very good. Mourinho is a godsend, says Professor FC. And do you think we should sub Lukaku and rest him, says Bramford 7E. You could do, but that means putting Rashford on. I think we'll see Lingard and Rashford at some point in the second half anyway. Won't concern our rivals if Fellaini starts and no Martial, says Black Sheep 19. Fair point. And Martial needs more starts, says I Sandberg. Well, we'll get to. I'm quite relaxed about it. If Mourinho wants to keep ignoring him, he won't be able to do it forever because Martial is just quite clearly our best player when it comes to flair. He's absolutely brilliant. Mark, my friends say United aren't that good because we haven't played a big team, says Tyrone Davis. Well, look, you play 38 games, we'll play everybody twice. They'll sit down then. Mickey is running the show, says Narek. Super half by United, says Matty McMoo. And first half was good, but not as good as my cheesecake dessert. Top-notch stuff, says Matthew McFadden. I could do with some cheesecake right about now. Lukaku will get 40 goals this season, says Shadow. And there's always one with half a glass empty. Mini Killer says it's a rubbish team, nothing to be happy about. Yeah, nothing to be happy about at all. Anyway, while I've got you all, let's have a look at... let's have a look at that. That's where I wanted to go. Don't want to look at that. Let's have a look at the Super Brew. Link in the video description. This is the United Stand Predictor League, English Premier League Predictor League. Get yourself signed up. It's free to sign up, and you will. The link, once you've signed up, will put you straight into the United Stand Predictor League. Mark Goldbridge. So that's me. At the moment, I am 30th out of 2,140. Do you think you know football better than me? Well, you don't, but give it a go. Free to enter. I am 30th at the moment. What can't speak, can't lie. Well done to Manchester 311 with his yellow cap, which is a bit like the yellow jersey in the Tour de France. You get that for having the best scores of the week. And ex-Daniel Z99, my nemesis, he's currently top. So how does it work? All you need to do, link in the video description, sign yourself up, and then every week as the Premier League game, you just pick your scores, type your scores in. And if you get 6 correct scores, you get a team jersey. 7 scores £1,000, 8 scores £2,500, right the way up to 10. And when I say correct scores, you don't have to correct. It doesn't have to be correct bang on. So like if Spurs win 2-0 against Huddersfield at the weekend, you don't necessarily have to get 2-0. It's still classed as a correct result if you're within 1 goal and the result's right. So if it's Spurs 1-0 or Spurs 3-0, that is classed as a correct score. So you can see it's a lot easier to get that team jersey. Link in the video description. Sign up through that link and you will automatically go into the United Stand League as well, which we're having a lot of fun with. But get yourself signed up because there's some great prizes to be won. The link is in the video description for that. Super Brew, free. Free. I said it's free, and it's another bit of the United Stand community. So, thanks everybody. Shadow says that he's 1,201 out of 20,500, 205,000 in his one. We'll get yourself signed up, Shadow. See if you can catch Goldbridge. You won't. Are we going to do a new? Are we going to do a UEFA Champions League Super Brew? Says John Carlos. Yes, we are. So, if you get yourself signed up in the link in the video description, we'll set it up for everybody who's in the Premier League one to go into the Champions League one. But it will start the next Champions League game week. United just looking clinical this year, says Jake Ferguson. What a transformation a year on, and we still have Pogba and Ibra to come back. Yes, it's exciting. Confidence is a preference to the habitual. Now, confidence is the big thing. Everybody's playing confidently, and you can see it throughout the team. It's a joy, an absolute joy. Kurt67's whipping up a sandwich, Mark. Oh, make me one. I'll tell you what I was thinking about today. I was so hungry because I've not been able to eat because of my tooth. I was thinking about turkey sandwiches on Christmas Day night with all the trimmings, bit of stuffing, bit of pickle. I don't know why. Kunal says, Mark, please reply to my comment. Football interviews just said he's won 20 grand. Well done. Don't know what at. Lukaku is on fire, says Rapid. And Ben17 says he's 275th in our league, but he missed the first 3 games. Oh, it's very easy to catch up, mate. If you're good at predicting scores or you just want to have a bit of fun, it doesn't matter when you enter that predictor league, you can still catch up. Jefferson, Martial's breaking ankles again. Oh, he's been fantastic. I don't want to say Messi-esque because Messi is like off a different planet, but Martial, he's just so consistent with it now. So consistent. Fantastic player. Oh, I'm just watching an advert for FIFA 18. I am doing a FIFA 18 career mode, just to let everybody know. I am doing a FIFA 18 career mode. It's not going to be on the United Stand. It's going to be on That's Football, which is our general football channel, on which Sander is doing a watch-along for Chelsea versus Atletico Madrid at the moment. In fact, I'm just going to have a little bit of look. It's 1-0, isn't it? And he's got a couple of hundred people watching him. He's doing well, young Sander over there. Let me just leave a little message on the live comments. Doing well, lad. Doing well. Give him some applause, Sander. If you are new to the United Stand, make sure you click. Oh, Marcus is back. I wonder what the voice was there. Make sure you click and subscribe. The hologram in the bottom right hand corner. Fantastic community we've got here. I know there's people who don't support United. That's fine, but vastly Manchester United followers, viewers, and it's a great community. Live comments are always part of the show. We're live every night at 8 o'clock. Daily content, Skype shows on a Monday and on a Saturday night at 8 o'clock where you can Skype in and say what you want, ask what you want. Just to remind you, in the new season we've got a new show at 8 o'clock every night of a match where you can call in and tell us what you think about the game. So we'll be doing that on Saturday night at 8 o'clock as well, because we're playing Crystal Palace at 3 o'clock on Saturday. We'll have a watch along. We'll be live from 2 o'clock with the team news right the way through till full time. So get involved. Lots of things to get involved with. Sam Salhab says great performance so far. Marcus, you back?
Yes, mate, I'm back. Yeah.
You're back. Lots of love for Martial. Should he be on before the 9 o'clock watershed though, says Sally, because he's killing him. It's a good point.
Oh dear. Right, was you talking about FIFA then?
I was, yeah.
Yeah, go on then. What was you saying? So I missed it.
I was just saying I am going to start a career mode, but it's going to be on That's Football, so people will need to pop over to That's Football and subscribe, and potentially I might start it tonight at about 11 o'clock on That's Football. I've just got to... when you download it, you think, oh, that's an hour and a half, but then when you start the game, it's doing some other download thing, so I'm only about 50% through that, so once that's done, I'll start the career mode, but it will be on That's Football.
Have you got a team in mind yet? Or
I
not?
know what team it's going to be, yeah. It's not going to be Manchester United because I want to start off somewhere with a bit more of a challenge and then get offered the United job. So we're going for a little bit of a different challenge this year.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan.
Blake HD says he got 7 out of 10 on Super Brew last week. How do I claim my shirt? Says Blake HD. We don't give those prizes out because it's just our United Stand League. Those prizes are generic for the whole site. So there must be a contact page that you can contact them on. And yeah, well done, mate. So you've potentially won a bit of money there, I think. Chase them up.
Just to put you on the spot, mate, have you had any more thought about the United Stand 11 on FIFA or not?
Well, yeah, you don't need me to be on it.
Well, yeah, you're the main man, aren't you? You're the face.
I know, but I ain't got time for that, to be honest. I'd love to do it, but I just haven't got time.
Okay.
If somebody basically sets it up and says, "Oh, we're going to do it this time," then all I've got to do is just turn up and stream it. That's fine, I'll do it. But it's always time for me. Always time.
Okay,
I will play some of the subscribers though. People always say, "Oh, will you play us?" Yeah, I will play you. I think we'll pick up from last season. So it's 100 grand for sorry, not 100 grand. 100 quid for a 5-minute game. So yeah. Email me at imtakingthepiss@gmail.com. No, I will play some people. I've had a few people messaging me saying, "Will you play me?" So I will do. I had a good couple of exhibition games last night. Defending is the thing on FIFA 18 that I was struggling with, and I've sort of mastered it a bit now. So hopefully when I start the career mode, hopefully 11 o'clock tonight on That's Football, I'll be up to a good level. I don't think I'm quite ready to play world class yet. I'm going to start off at professional.
I've got to say, mate, don't do professional because I'm absolutely crap at FIFA, and even I can win on professional.
What, on FIFA 18?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So go to the next one up.
Okay. I was looking back there. Moscow did have a couple of good chances. You know, that one where De Gea tips it over the bar is just brilliant. They didn't show it back live in the actual first half. Just seen it there, but. Oh, it's a complete performance from United. It's been fantastic.
Jack Crilliara says, "Marcus, you're both amazing. Thank you." Thank you, mate, for watching.
Nice. Yeah, very nice.
Do you need to get anything, Mark, before the second half?
No, I'm all right. I've hardly drank anything today. That's why I've not gone to the toilet because of my tooth. I've hardly been drinking, so the bladder's empty without giving. Yeah, I've already said it.
So, any changes second half, do you think?
I think we will see some changes at some point because it's only logical when this game's already won to give people a rest for Saturday.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest, it's only 2.5 days. It's a bit like the Europa League turnaround today, isn't it? Because you play Wednesday night and then Saturday afternoon. It's a bit like playing Thursday night and Sunday, isn't it? So
yeah.
He'll be looking to get a couple of changes. But having said that, you've got Valencia's going to be match fresh. Jones will be match fresh. I think the substitutions will be quite telling. If he takes Martial off after an hour for Rashford, then Martial's going to start on Saturday. If he keeps Martial in all game and doesn't use Rashford, then Rashford's going to start.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if he takes Martial off, to be honest. I would actually leave him on, and I'd still play him Saturday just to give him that consistency. There's really no at 3-0. There's really no need to bring Rashford on for him. Yeah, we know what Rashford can do. So seeing as Martial's had a bit of the raw end of the stick in terms of starting, I would leave him on, keep him going. I would take Matic off if it was possible. I don't think we can afford to lose another midfielder.
Yeah, well, to be honest, people are on about Twansibi. We're probably more likely to see McTominay, aren't we?
Yeah. There's no reason to take Lindelof or Smalling off. I suppose the main one for me, mate, would be Matic. I wouldn't like to see him injured at the minute. No,
I mean, he's been fantastic.
And
I think if we lost Matic with Fellaini and Pogba out, then I think we would be, that's when Carrick's out as well.
Yeah, it's just down to bare bones then, isn't it?
Anyway, second half's up and running.
Here we go. Who's that? OXRJ Bizzle. McTominay on, not yet.
I'll tell you what, no wonder so many people are listening to the Watchalong tonight instead of the BT Sports commentary. I just realised, because I've got it on mute, it's bloody McManaman, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the last thing you want to do is watch United with a bloody Scouser talking in your ear. Yeah, well, more of the same, as a few people were saying there in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, it's done really well for us in the first half. The way we set up, the formation, the way we're playing, people in the right positions. So, yeah, probably the 60th, 65th minute, maybe looking to change it.
Oof. Another shot there. You know, Moscow
Yeah.
aren't bad. They've had another shot there.
Yeah.
I tell you what I'm liking as well. Oh, Krishnik says he's at work. First United game I've missed. How's the match going? You're missing a good one, Krishnik. It's going really, really well. Really good team performance in the first half, and 3-0 up away from home in the Champions League's no mean feats. But I tell you what I really like as well. It used to get on my nerves last year in the Europa League. Is none of this stupid "let's play Romero in Europe" nonsense. You know, he's a goalkeeper. He's not going to get tired. Play your best goalkeeper in the big games. You know, use Romero in the League Cup, that's fine, but in the Champions League and the Premier League, play the best goalkeeper in the world.
Well, yeah, you're not one for sentimentality, are you?
No.
No,
play
very
your best team.
hard-faced.
You are.
You're a very hard-faced person.
I still think it was a risk playing Romero in the Europa League final. I'm glad it worked, but I was stunned that we didn't play De Gea, to be honest. It's just, why take the risk? Play your best.
Do you know what? I think that came down to the contract situation. Because we're reading the same into the Herrera situation now.
Oh, lovely by Herrera there.
Yeah.
Confidence, you see. Herrera's had a good 45 minutes and he's involved. I guarantee Herrera will start playing like he did last year now.
Yeah, I mean, player of the season last year for us, without a doubt. You know, it does seem a bit of a myth as why he's just been taken out of the team. It's a shame, actually, because shame that Andreas Pereira's gone on loan.
Yeah, Smooth was saying that in the live comments as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I did think before the game, like, midfield's a bit thin.
The funny thing is, he was on the bench at the weekend for Valencia as well, so it's not like he's... this is brilliant. What a save. Oh, what a save by the keeper. That was such a shame it didn't go in, because it was another fantastic through ball by Martial to Lukaku, who caught it perfectly, and the keeper made a world-class save, to be fair. It would have been the hat-trick. It would have been another assist for Martial. It was brilliant.
Yep, another great shot from Lukaku. Unlucky not to get the hat-trick. Yeah, fair play to the keeper. What a save it was.
I hope they show it back. Yeah, Martial, lovely ball into Lukaku. He just volleys it straight at the keeper, to be fair. If he gets it any way, either side, it's a hat-trick.
Yeah, either side of the goalie, he's got no chance. But again, that first touch there of Lukaku's very important.
Yeah.
John Carlos says Pereira can stay in Spain as far as I and most likely Mourinho are concerned. Not a fan then.
I love Pereira, but Mourinho's basically said that he's gone against his wishes. Really, he wanted him to stay. So, you know, we've seen what Mourinho's done to Player of the Year with Herrera, hasn't he? He's dropped him. So, regardless of Pereira's talents, let's be blunt, I like Pereira a lot. I think he'll be a fantastic player, but he's put his own personal quest to be part of the Brazilian World Cup squad ahead of grafting at United.
I mean, it's a good thing as well that Mourinho is in charge and he's not afraid to make the big decisions, unlike what we've seen in the past. You know, he's not afraid of dropping Herrera, player of the season last year. You know, Rooney's gone. Would any manager have done that?
I think, to be honest, I think the Rooney bit of business was probably the best bit of business I've seen anybody do this summer, because you're right, you know, all-time goal scorer, was he ever really, you know, pretty much had a ticket to ride, didn't he? And it was so important to get him out of the club. Oh, Daley Blind did well there.
Yeah.
Cross coming in for Young again, and Daly Blind getting up on the cross, heading it just over the bar.
So, Great Channel says Barcelona 1-0 up, Celtic 2-0 up.
Be good if Chelsea lose, to be honest, at Atletico Madrid. Welcome to the Champions League, Chelsea. I said that though. Everyone says, oh, Chelsea are a good team, and I think they are a good team, but last year they definitely won the league because they weren't in Europe, and they're now going to have to get used to, with a good team, can they do it midweek, weekend, every week? And that's where United and City will have the advantage because we're both used to it and Chelsea aren't. And Chelsea might get used to tonight, putting a lot of effort in and coming away with nothing. And then on Saturday, they're playing Man City with a day's less rest. I think City are going to beat them, to be honest. Which, to be honest, obviously the draw is the best result, but I also wouldn't be too fussed if Chelsea won. I think long term, City are more of a threat than Chelsea.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Is it still 1-0 to Atletico?
It was last time I looked. Yeah. I mean, let me just pop over to That's Football because that's where Sander is doing the watch-along.
People saying it's me sneezing. It's not me sneezing, it's my mum.
Oh, sorry.
No, people are saying, Marcus, you got a feminine sneeze. It's not me.
I think Chelsea have scored.
Oh.
Because looking on the That's Football live stream comments, they're going, "Come on, Chelsea! Come on, Chelsea!" Oh. No, they haven't.
Hiking with Jimmy says Chelsea still losing.
Maybe it's just desperate Chelsea fans wanting to get back level.
I think Ashley Young's put some fantastic crosses in tonight.
Yeah, he's the best crosser in the squad. To be honest, he's probably the only one. He's suddenly become very, very important to us, and you know I love crossing. So I said it at the weekend. We wouldn't have beaten Southampton if we didn't have someone who could cross the ball, because that was the only good chance of that game. It would have been 0-0.
Yes, yeah, definitely. And that was, as I said earlier, big part of our game. It was missing last season.
You can't not be able to put a cross into the box when you've got Lukaku, Zlatan, Fellaini, Matic, Pogba. They're all tall people.
Yeah, it seems like a wasted opportunity, isn't it? When you've got people over 6 foot, you automatically think, play it into the box, get the crosses in, get your head on it. And playing to feet when you've got strikers that tall seems a waste.
Oh, Mkhitaryan's just caught one in the face there.
A couple of people saying Lukaku's limping. I'm not seeing that. Oh yeah, I've just seen him limping a bit. Oh. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. Can't afford that.
Oh no, that would just be typical. That would. AJ King's just said it as well. Lukaku better not be injured. He's limping a little. This is the problem, isn't it? If you lose a player like that, I wouldn't say the club can do anything about that if Lukaku gets injured. We've still got Rashford and Martial who can play there, so I'm not saying that there should be a ready-made replacement, but it'd just be bad luck that you don't want. He's got quite a good injury record though, Lukaku. He doesn't pick up that many injuries.
Yeah, hopefully, like his record stays for us this season. I would like to see next summer us bring in another striker. I really would.
Yeah, I would imagine Zlatan's only going to do till the summer. I can't see him doing another year after that. I'm alright, Ewan Gordon. How are you? Miles Dennett says the ref's been fantastic so far. AJ Nell says Lukaku is fine now. Could take him off. Kwame said that should have been a red for the foul on Mkhitaryan. Yeah, I did watch it back, Kwame. I know I didn't comment, but I did think, he's definitely left his arm in on purpose.
Yeah, do you know
Lingard
what? I
is
thought
warming
that.
up. And George
Yeah,
says that Marcus is still on for his 3-0 prediction.
yeah,
Oh, I'm still on for my 3-1.
yeah. Yep. So Lingard's warming up. Who do you think, Mark? Normally it's Mata, isn't it? The first one to come off.
He might
But
take Mkhitaryan
obviously,
off.
yeah. So obviously Mata's not on there, but
The thing about this formation is, I said it in the summer, is I don't mind Jesse Lingard actually as a midfielder. Oh, Lukaku could be in. Oh, terrible! There's the return of the first touch.
Yeah.
He was in there, and it's such a lovely ball by Matic. Well, a lovely interception by Matic. He puts Lukaku through, and his first touch just totally takes it away from him. Still a little bit of work to be done. Yeah, what I was going to say is that the 3-5-2 doesn't really fit Lingard.
No, the only other option I could see would be maybe if he takes
Martial doesn't miss from there. He does.
No, does he miss?
Mkhitaryan doesn't. 4-0.
Yes. There we go. Oh well, I've got the goal scorers right. But again, Martial's involved again.
And Herrera broke the play up.
Yeah. It just seems when, we know how good these players are, Herrera, Martial, and when they actually start the game, they seem to be a hell of a lot better.
Yeah. It's been fantastic.
Great follow up there as well from Mkhitaryan. Again, similar to Lukaku's thing, always on his toes in case of a mistake or rebound.
I just think everyone's just going to come out of this performance just with so much confidence, and it's a fantastic result. If City were doing this, the papers would not be able to shut up about it. And
well, like I said, we know it. Every media outlet is up Klopp and Pep's arse, aren't they? Really, let's be honest. I don't think. I think you hardly get a reporter or a paper be positive about Mourinho or what he's doing at Man United.
The only thing I was quite surprised about was Martial didn't score the 1-on-1, but
yeah, he has been so clinical this season when he's come off on the bench.
But then again, it was such a good finish that the keeper couldn't do anything other than just palm it out. So
yeah.
Mkhitaryan's there. 4-0. What a result. Mourinho must be absolutely beaming inside. There's another foul. And I think a yellow card again for flailing arms on Bailly.
I think that comment earlier was right. The referees had a good performance tonight.
What I'm liking about this season, and Ross said it on Sunday night, and he was spot on, is that we're not noticing referees. I don't want referees to do us favours, but I don't want bad refereeing to cost us like it did a bit last year. I just don't want to notice the ref. And if you do notice the ref, like people have tonight, it's because actually he's had a good game. He's not. I don't think he's done anything to help us. He's just been pretty fair. Lingard's coming on. Chelsea have equalised 1-1. Morata. And it's Mkhitaryan coming off as predicted. So Mkhitaryan will. He's gone straight down the tunnel. Maybe he's got a bit of a knock. I don't know.
It could have been that elbow in the throat.
Yeah.
But this team
down the left. Oh, lovely. Lingard. Oh, Lingard.
Oh,
Jesse. Come on. He's got to score that. Martial again. It would have been another assist.
Yeah. Again, this lad, Martial, he seems to be involved in everything that's going forward tonight. Absolutely everything. But again, if that was Lukaku or Zlatan, we'd be absolutely doing our nut. That's virtually a sitter. But it is.
Yeah, Lingard's got to score that, but 4-0 will let him off.
I mean, you can tell now, just by that bit of play, that Moscow's heads have dropped now. We're just cutting through them. Going straight through the middle.
Still half an hour to go.
Yeah.
Bailly, Lukaku's offside. Put it in the net, though.
Robert Taylor says Benfica have had a red card.
Well, that's them. I mean, that's a good result for us. I mean, what I'm thinking now is that if we can win our next 2 games, we'll be top of the group, and we can, in the last 2 games of this, rest people. Our next game is Benfica away.
Yep.
On Wednesday the 18th. Could be quite tough, that. And then
I would probably think Benfica's the hardest.
Benfica away and then Benfica at home. So win them 2 games, I think we'll qualify top of the group. Then again, I mean, you can rest people with this squad anyway. We've got such a good squad.
Yeah, but can we afford to rest them with, how can I say it? Riding so high in the Premier League, joint top, riding high in the Champions League, doing well. Could we afford to rest them and risk it? Because we know if we lose a game, the young players, whoever comes in, are going to get hounded.
Yeah.
Playlist account says best performance we've seen of Martial this season, Mark and Marcus. Yeah, I think so.
I think it's the best team performance.
Yeah.
I'll be totally honest. I don't think we played very well against Southampton. I think we were all overjoyed because it's the sort of game you've got to win if you're going to win a title, because we ground it out. But I don't think we played very well. I thought the Everton game really masked that. Then 3 goals late on sort of masked what was a more difficult game than that. And we didn't play fantastic against Everton either. But tonight, we've played well and we've scored 4 goals.
Yeah, Herrera is. I've been very impressed with him. He looked rusty in the last game, but tonight he's just slotted in as though he's never been missing.
Yeah.
Sort of same when Matic his first game for United, he just looked a perfect fit. So we're in total control of this game now. I mean, if it wasn't over at half time, it's definitely over now. I'd probably be looking to take off the main players who are going to play on Saturday.
Yeah. Plenty of time, isn't there, to just give some people a rest now.
Yeah, there is now. I'd be surprised if we didn't see Twansebe now, or eventually in this game.
I'll tell you what, Lindelof in the last 5 minutes started to look the best I've ever seen him for United as well. He looks like he's got a spring in the step. Again, confidence, isn't it?
Yeah. And keep on winning these games 4-0. That's going to ooze confidence throughout this team. And I think Mourinho will try and downplay it after the game.
Yeah, well, we want that.
But it just goes to show how good this team is, but I still think it's a bit thin. I can't see it competing in the 4 competitions.
No, I think unfortunately the FA Cup's going to have to be knocked on the head.
Yeah.
Football Red Devil says Martial deserves a goal. Does anyone want to tell him?
He has scored. Yeah, I agree with you. I think Mourinho will.
Another cracking interception.
I think Mourinho will drop the FA Cup because he's got a thing about the League Cup, innit? It's the first trophy.
Oh, the League Cup just works well because it's done by February, isn't it? And you can use it at the start of the season to use your widest squad and give them some freshness. But the FA Cup comes at a bad time because it's when the league and the Champions League is really hitting the important stage, and you start to get a fixture backlog. Darmian's going to come on. Imagine that might be for Day or Young, both of which are really. I would take Young off, to be honest.
Do you know what? I would take Bay off. I think he's more important.
Yeah.
Especially in terms of Saturday's game. Alex here says, Marcus, read this please. And Champions League or Premier League? I would say Premier League for me, first and foremost.
It's Ashley Young going off.
Well,
that's 2 out of 2 for me, Marcus.
Yeah.
And 1 for you. I predicted Mkhitaryan.
Hang on a minute. I predicted the goal scorers.
Yeah, so there is that.
So, technically it's 3-2 to me.
I tell you what, though, I don't want to give it the kiss of death on Saturday against Crystal Palace. But not only are they crap, and I don't think they've actually scored a goal in the Premier League this season. I think Benteke's out injured as well.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
And Fosu Mensah can't play.
Ashley Young's performance tonight, what do you make of it?
It's been okay. Good again, yeah. I agree with him being taken off because I think he's important to the first team at the moment.
Yeah, he's very much. I think he's a different sort of attacking threat than Valencia because Ashley Young can cross the ball, Valencia can't. It's a shame though that when Valencia comes in at right back, Ashley will probably go at left back.
Yeah.
He can cross with his left foot, but it's obviously not as good as his right.
Tell you what, Bay's a good footballer.
Yeah.
On the ball, he's good.
He's very calm, isn't he?
Yeah, so we're just about exactly halfway through the second half now. 4-0. This game is over. Zushas says he'd take 1-0 on Saturday. I'd take any result. Yeah, as long as we get the 3 points, it's not the end of the world. I think we've got more than 1 goal in us, though. Martial's just turned another foul there. Frustration for the Moscow contingent. Basel are 4-0 up against Benfica. And they're an awful... I don't know what's going on with Benfica. We'll find out in a few weeks' time when we go and play them in their place. But
Rexin says that Neymar scores for Paris Saint-Germain.
Yeah.
So what's the score now in that game then? Is it 2-0?
3-0.
3?
To be honest, I don't like PSG because I don't like what they're doing to football. But that is a big statement to beat Bayern Munich 3-0.
That's another good comment. Playbest account. Marks and Mark. Has anyone noticed how the claim that we blatantly missed Pogba can't be made about tonight?
Yeah, it's a very good point.
Yeah.
This side, I've said that so many times though. It's not always about having your best players available. It's about how the balance of the team works. And this formation with these set of players works really, really well. I think Pogba could play where Matic is or Herrera is and be better than both those players, but I wouldn't say we've missed him tonight.
No, I wouldn't say that either, and I wouldn't say we missed Fellaini either. I think though this game it suits these type of players. You go away to these places like Russia and Moscow, and you just want to get the 3 points in the bag and come away, and that's it. Oh, Rashford's warming up.
It'll be interesting to see who Rashford comes on for. For my hat trick, I say it's Lukaku.
There's Martial signalling come off.
You up?
I could have sworn I just saw Martial signal to come off then.
Oh God, I hope not. Yeah, I think he looks at it.
Yeah, someone else saying it. Yeah, Connor C. Marcus Martial calling sub.
Oh no.
That's all we need. Hopefully it's nothing serious. God. Ethan Dempsey says Martial's limping. Mark Robinson, Martial limping.
He's definitely limping.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he can't run, mate.
That is
Hamstring. That's another one. Do you know what? I'm going to dread the Christmas period because this squad just cannot take injuries.
silence because I'm just monitoring as he goes off what it might be and whether there's any indication. Don't know whether it's a hamstring. I think he might have just... It looks a bit ankle, that does. Dylan Hogan says it doesn't look that bad.
Hopefully he's just twisted his ankle or something.
But regardless of what we think about United's physio department, which has been crap for 6 years, the reality is, you know, I don't care what team you are, if you lose Martial and Pogba at the same time, that's terrible luck. Really terrible luck. Because Martial's our informed player at the moment and Pogba's our star player, and that is very hard. Very hard. It'd be like City losing Silva and Aguero at the same time.
Well, I mean, let's not forget. I mean, chuck Fellaini in the mix there, mate, and we got our 3 best players out. I mean, what do we do now? The midfield's at it.
The good thing is that, I mean, we've got Mata to come in on Saturday, haven't we, as well?
Well, that's no Fellaini, though, is it?
I think if Martial's got any hint of an injury, I would just say don't use him against Palace anyway and give him a couple of weeks and I'm sure he'll be fine.
Yeah, hopefully it's just a slight knock and just precaution.
This is the problem though, you start playing more games, you play more regularly, you play a team like Moscow who are quite physical and you start to pick up injuries.
Yeah, and the games are going to start coming thick and fast after the international break. Oh, Robin Hammond says, and Pogba, Marcus. Yeah, I forgot about Pogba. Yeah.
Free kick. Is it going to be a free kick for United here? Well, slightly concerned about Martial, but hopefully it won't be anything too serious.
Yeah, he seemed to walk off the pitch, not fantastically well, but you know, at least he was he could walk.
Yeah.
Instead of being stretchered off, so that's got to be a plus. Oh God.
What?
Oh, Lingard's gone down just now as well.
Oh, he's banged his head, don't worry.
Yeah. We're dropping like flies. Flag. Hi, Marcus. Anyone ever said you sound like Harry Redknapp? Yes, they have. Yeah. Vincent O'Hora. Martial probably tired from dominating the whole game. Goal. Basel 5-0 up.
Basel are 5-0 up?
Yeah. Steve Lebo, Matic quietly having a monster of a game, bossing the midfield. Yeah, I think Matic and Herrera have done fantastically well.
Yeah, they've worked really well.
Mm. I did have my concerns because Herrera obviously not being fully match fit. I thought he'd still be a bit rusty, but as I said earlier, he's slotted on really well. And I think for a game like this, you need the energy in the midfield.
Oh, I think I predicted it. I know my football.
You think Griezmann to United? Shaka Phillips, Marcus. We only need to add 4 or 5 players, one big name, and 3 or 4 them grafters. Do you think we'll get Griezmann in January? No, I don't.
Nah,
Because
Smalling should have got on that. Good cross by Rashford.
I think a signing like that is, a signing like that, big name like that, will be a summer signing. AJ King, CSKA Moscow fans have their tops off. Bloody hell, it must be freezing out there.
They're nutters.
Yeah. Mind you, I see Newcastle fans do that over Christmas. They take their tops off. Absolutely insane.
"15 minutes to go." Well, a very enjoyable game.
Yeah, it has been pretty decent. Pretty convincing. Damage was done in the first half. See Mourinho on the touchline just a couple of seconds ago. He seems pretty happy with it.
Yeah, I like you say, it'd be. I wouldn't be disappointed if he plays it down, really, because just keep the feet on the ground, so to speak.
Avinash, what if Atletico crashes out of the Champions League? Is
Still
there a
cup
chance
tied.
for Griezmann? Yeah, he's still. Yeah.
It could happen in January. I just doubt it. You don't do that sort of a signing in January for many reasons, but one of the big ones from a commercial point of view. You sign Griezmann in the summer, and when he comes back from the World Cup in July, you're going to get a bigger fanfare and a bigger statement, really. But we might do it in January for the simple reason that his buyout clause is £89 million, and that was a lot of money at the start of the summer. But thanks to PSG, that's suddenly a massive bargain. £89 million for a Ballon d'Or winner in his prime. Somebody came third in the Ballon d'Or behind the 2 best players probably ever. So I imagine there'll be a few other clubs who suddenly think 90 million for Griezmann, we'll have a bit of that. So United might just think, let's get it done in January. I certainly think I certainly think people don't cop on to the fact that keeping your number 7 shirt free for a whole season is a massive sign that we've got something in store. Because there's absolutely no reason that couldn't have been given to somebody else for a season. Lingard could have worn it.
Yeah, I mean, when you think of what we paid for Lukaku as well, the 90 million, and then 89 million for Pogba, paying that for Griezmann, you would have thought, we'd pay over the odds and pay more for it, but seeing as his release clause is still the same, it's a bargain when you look at what Paris Saint-Germain have done. Oh dear, let's have a look. Mark Robinson says January signings might be dictated by injuries. Could be.
I certainly think if we could get Griezmann in January, it'd be a good idea, because another player as part of the squad would be massively important in the last few months of the season. But I'd be very surprised if we did it.
Do you know what? I can't remember United making a big signing in January.
Mata?
Well, it's not a stature signing of like Griezmann, though, is it?
No. Those sort of signings very rarely get done. Oh, good chance of Darmian there.
David Carey says, "Hi Mark, we could agree a deal in January, ready for the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we potentially may well have already done that, but we'll find out soon enough. I'd like Lukaku to get a hat-trick. He's not been that close to it in the second half, to be honest.
No, he had a couple of chances, didn't he, that Martial played him in.
Yeah.
I think it would be really good for him if he gets his hat-trick tonight. He deserves it for the work rate he's put in. Sam Moyes, who's our most important player? Who would you say, Mark?
I think they're potentially both injured at the moment. I think Pogba and Martial are our two most important players, but at the moment, neither of them are playing. I think we've got a few, fortunately. Matic is very important, the way he runs the midfield. I think Herrera can become very important again, which is great. Lukaku's massively important, for obvious reasons. De Gea's important. But even people like Bailly, Valencia, Ashley Young, they become important. And that's what a championship side is. We've not seen one for a few years, but it's not one or two players, it's 7 or 8.
Yeah, everyone's got their part to play in this squad this season.
I mean, even Lingard now, Lingard coming on allows Mkhitaryan to have a breather for half an hour and be fresh. And that's, people give Lingard a lot of stick, and I certainly have done. But that's only because he was starting games. It's a bit like the Fellaini situation. I've got no problem with him being part of the squad, being on the bench. And them squad players are very important. But my problem with Lingard was he was starting games and people like Martial couldn't get a look in. Well, I don't care what anybody says. Lingard's not even half the player Martial is. But as a squad player, I quite like him.
Yeah, he's an average player at best. He doesn't set the games alight when he comes on or when he starts, but he is one of those players that Mourinho can rely on to come on and do a job for him.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got to be honest. Rashford doesn't look like he's doing much at the minute.
A lot of people said Rashford played really well against Southampton, but I think he just put in a very hard work. He did a lot of hard work against Southampton. I didn't really see.
Yeah. I think that game was a very workmanlike performance, especially in the second half.
Yeah, I agree.
First half, the first 20, 25 minutes, I thought was some of our best football all season. But then second half, Southampton really came at us.
BT Sports doing their best to promote Arsenal playing some rubbish team tomorrow night. Trust me, no one's interested in the Europa League unless United are in it. That's the Europa League's probably never had the viewing figures it had last year, and no one's going to want to watch Arsenal other than Arsenal fans.
George Carl says Rashford is still very young. No excuse for blank Lingard at 24.
I knew Lingard was going to Look, Lingard's a squad player. I think if Lingard wanted to play first team football every week, his limit, his ceiling is probably mid-table Premier League club, maybe Championship. He's onto a very good thing at United. That free kick from Rashford's just embarrassing. I don't know why he takes free kicks.
Do you know what? I would have let Lukaku have a crack at that.
So anyway, just for those watching, I will try and do my first FIFA 18 career mode stream tonight at about 11 o'clock, and it will be on That's Football YouTube channel. It should be just about set up. I've just got to wait for a little bit more of a download when I turn it on, and then it should work. So hopefully it'll be 11 o'clock tonight.
That'll be fun. I'll make sure to tune in. Watch you get beat.
Thanks.
Oh, people were asking today, asking me on Twitter, like, well, actually, I've been asking for a few months now. When's the rematch between me and you?
I beat you, didn't I?
No, I beat you last
And then I
game.
beat you in the next game.
Yeah, all right then. Yeah, so we're 1-1. So there's a rematch on the cards when you get
I
time.
think I let you win as well. You know.
No, you never. No, you never, mate. You got outsmarted and outclassed.
Well, we'll just do it and get that done then. Put you back in your box.
It was Mourinho against Roy Hodgson that game.
Yeah. Hello, Roy. Oh God, he's only got 4 minutes left. That's flown by.
Yeah, hasn't it? Yeah.
Here's Lingard. No. Should have scored. Should have scored today, Lingard, to be fair.
Carlo Hagen says, "What are you doing on FIFA, Mark?"
I'm going to do career mode. But it's not going to be Man United. I want the United job, but I'm going to earn the United job. That's the challenge this year. Rather than these lazy people who just start off as United, I'm going to earn the United job. Or not.
Day 77 says Marcus versus Mark is lit.
We will do that on That's Football. You ain't got it yet, has he? You ain't got FIFA 18 yet, have you?
It's on the download at the minute.
It's on the download.
Yeah.
Good little play.
Someone just
I
said
don't think there's been a bad player on the pitch anyway.
Oh, I think it's been a fantastic performance, mate. Not, away from home. I know you said yesterday, you said a draw, and then tonight when you saw the team, you said 3-1. I said 3-0. So I'm quite positive about this performance. I think every player who's stepped in has done themselves, justice.
Jacko has made a contribution. Thanks for that, Jacko. He says Jose Mourinho has demanded bosses sign Griezmann. I hope so. I like Mkhitaryan, but I think that position is very important, that number 10 position. And if you could put someone like Griezmann in it, as much as I like Mkhitaryan, Griezmann's a level above that. And we want to win Premier Leagues. We also want to be competitive in the Champions League. And sometimes you have to put aside how much you like a player for what's better, and I think Griezmann's better than Mkhitaryan in that role.
I've got to shout this comment out, mate, because I want to know the answer to this.
Go on.
Mike Rollins says, "Are you going to start a career mode with Forest?"
Yeah. Well, you'll have to wait and see, won't you? You have to wait and see. I don't know whether I can be asked to go all the way from the Championship, to be honest. You waste a year doing that, don't you? You'll find out what club I'm going to start off with. I know what team I'm starting off with. Who would be your man of the match anyway? People in the live comments and Mad Marcus.
My man of the match, I would say, he's gone off now, but he's been head and shoulders fantastic above everyone else, and I think that's Martial.
Not a bad call. Not my man of the match, I can tell you that. I'll give you my man of the match on the match reaction show. But Martial was a contender, but he isn't my man of the match. Playlist account says Matic. His quality. Matic has played very well tonight.
I just think the problems that Martial caused down that left-hand side, the crosses that he's put in tonight, he won the penalty.
Oh, a goal.
Oh.
Moscow.
4-1.
That's a shame. De Gea won't be happy about that.
Well, I don't think Mourinho would be either. I mean,
don't know what they can do about it. I don't know who's to blame. There's always someone to blame. They're very happy anyway.
Yeah. So I think a 4-0 clean sheet again, Mourinho would have been ecstatic with that. It's been the theme all season.
Yeah. Well, they haven't shown us the goal for some reason. I don't know why. Seemed to go through De Gea's legs. Don't think there's much you could do about it.
But he could have been a bit tighter there. I mean, he followed the runner in, the goal scorer. Lance Matson says, "I can beat both of you on FIFA." We'll see.
Well done, Lance.
We'll see.
I don't profess to be a great FIFA player. What I profess to be is a an entertaining FIFA gamer.
Whereas me, I say the truth. I'm just complete shit.
I tend to adapt to my opposition, so if my opposition are crap, I'll play at their level. But if I'm playing someone good, I can also mix it up.
You know what? You've always got to have a dig, haven't you? You've always got to say something.
I can adapt. Anyway, it's starting to take the shine off. I still think 4-1 is a fantastic result for United, and
yeah.
Really enjoyed it. Just want to say as well, if you've not signed up for our Super Brew United Stand Predictor League, the link is in the video description for that. Predictor League, free to enter, and it sounds like somebody's won £1,000 on it already. 6 correct results, you get a shirt, 7 £1,000, and then it goes up all the way up to 10. The thing is as well, you don't have to get the exact result. It's 1 goal within. So if you said United to beat Palace 3-0 at the weekend and they win 4-0 or 2-0, you still get that classed as an exact result. So also, there's a league table of which I'm 30th out of over 2,000. So I obviously do know my football. Link in the video description for that. Free, totally free to get involved, and it's another little bit of a community thing to get involved with. This game's going to be over very soon. I don't know how long they've added on, but thanks for coming on, Mad Marcus.
No worries, mate. Always a pleasure.
Really enjoyed it.
Love coming on and interacting with the comments as always.
Yeah. Ref's blown up. Right, I'm going to go do my match reaction. The way that works is I close this stream down. There's a link in the video description. The very top link, it says CSKA Moscow versus Manchester United match reaction. Lots of positivity. Going to give you my man of the match as well. And we'll be talking about that Anthony Martial injury as well. But I'll see you over there in about 60 seconds for the match reaction. Thanks everyone for joining us. If you're new to the United Stand, make sure you join us as well tomorrow night at 8 o'clock for the 8 o'clock show every night. Fantastic community. You've all been brilliant as usual. I'll see you over on the match reaction. Thanks, Marcus.
No worries, mate. Thanks a lot, pal. See you, everyone.
See you, everyone. I'll see you over on the match reaction, 60 seconds time. You can go through by clicking the United Stand and seeing the video live stream, or just go through the link in the top of the video description. I'll see you there in about 60 seconds time.